if I need to develop the skill of speaking in a more concise and structured way of not going off topic, what is that one skill I need to practice the most? Okay, quick answer. Writing. Okay, but go ahead, Evan. Writing.
It might be writing. This is where it works a lot for Zane, but it may not work for you, right? And so for you, I think, what is the thing that helps you? Think about where have you felt the most concise in the past? What have you done things for a school project? Have you done any kind of, like, even if it's outside the world of speaking? Because maybe you're saying, well, I haven't done a lot of speaking, so I don't know. Don't worry about that. Think about where you have felt concise in the past, where you've been explaining something to somebody. Mm-hmm. You were explaining how to play a video game. You were teaching somebody how to ride a skateboard. Like, what were the things that you have taught people before? Because speaking is teaching. You're just teaching a group of people. So where have you taught something to somebody before, and you felt like this was great, this was really concise? So how did that happen?
And structure.
Yeah, and so then that's what now you want to bring to the speaking world. So if it was, okay, before I taught them how to do the skateboarding, I wrote down the 5 steps. And I said, this is my teaching plan of what I want to go through. Or maybe it was before I went and did that, I did an hour of meditation. Or before I went and did that, I practiced talking to my cat. Or like, what was the thing that you did that has worked for you? And then you want to find, you can always be looking at new ways and new hacks and new ideas. You know, if Zane says you need to have a 5-point methodology every time, or you need to make it into a word. You know, he likes having each letter of the word mean something, right? Great, you try that. So try it. So for the next thing you're speak on, then you try it. And you might say, holy cow, Zen, this is such an unlock. I can't believe it. Now I remember everything I'm trying to speak on, and I'm so much more concise. Or you might say, man, that was a giant waste of time. I hate my life. Zen, it was so hard. I'm so stressed out now. I'm never doing that again. Great. Like, but like, you don't know until you do it. And it works for Zane. Zane's not giving that advice out of nowhere. It's worked for him. He writes everything down. He's got it laminated. Like, this works for him. He loves it. He knows himself. It's fantastic. Will it work for you? Who knows? But you could know tomorrow, tonight, right? Just by trying it. So it's where do you need to... There it is. See? See?
It's laminated.
See? Look at it. He's
laminated.
But this is Zane has hacked himself, right? He's hacked himself. That would drive me nuts. I'm looking at Zane and I'm already getting stressed out. That would drive me nuts, right?
This is a real good one. You see the Captain America?
He's got. Oh, I like that one. He's got so many of these ones that I'm lost. I don't know what I would. I'm stressed out. I would be stressed out just trying to organize that giant stack of laminated things.
I got 40 of these. 40 double-sided. That's really 80.
Listen, and there's more coming too, right? Zane's not done learning and growing and laminating, so it's more's coming.
Evan told me laminate. I said, okay, great. So I've got 40 laminations, and it's really 80 because it's double-sided. He said, go do it. I go do it.
Well, and here's the thing, right? And that's what a good coach does, is I'm telling Zane to do something that would not work for me. But I know, or at least have a good intuition, that it will work for Zane. Mm-hmm. And that's the job of a coach, of a speaker, of a leader, of a mentor, to give them what they need, even if it's not what you would do. Right? So it's actually wearing their, I call it wearing their skin, but the putting yourself in their shoes or wearing their skin becomes super important. This is why people give bad advice, is because you're giving advice based off of what you would do. Somebody gives you a question like, oh, you should do this, based off of what you would do, but you're not them. They're a totally different person. And without understanding them, you can't actually help them. So, Sid, you can find lots of different structures and frameworks. Play with it. Try it. But I would start with, what was the one that's already helped you? Don't disregard or disrespect the stuff that's already worked for you. Like, give yourself some credit for getting this far, and everything you've learned. You already have a process. It may not be as good as you want, and that's great. Guess what? It's never as good as you want. Zane's still not happy with his process. I'm still not happy with my process. Like, it can always get better and improve, always. And so
I love Evan's process because number 2, it says where
there's skin. Yeah. But I can talk about that and it's still relevant, but I don't have it all. Like, I don't know what the 8 points are there on there anymore.
Oh, I do. It was so good, I went and laminated it. It was so good. I went and laminated it. Yes. So I have all the 8 points.
But at the same time, I'm living it, right? Like, I'm living and doing those 8 points.
Yeah.
Which is more my style because I'm much more of a feeler.